Let me tell you how that tax money that I got back was spent before I even got it. As soon as the IRS told me, or H&R Block told me how much I was getting, I already started divvying that money up. Like, okay, so this amount is going to go into savings for my daughter's camp. This one is going to go ahead and pay this bill. Like, I don't play that. I don't play. That money gets spent immediately. And the good thing is that I received my taxes within a week. Well, my federal taxes I received in a week. My state taxes took a minute to come through. But again, when that money came in, assigned a job, okay? Assigned a job. It just is what it is. Things.
I do realize the reason why the government makes you file your own income tax returns form is because they want you to fuck up so they don't have to give you the money back, right?
I got my tax return yesterday and the whole fucking thing is gone today. The whole thing is gone today.
No, this is getting out of control. People are out here getting their tax refund, and instead of building, saving, investing, and they are doomed, spending it like tomorrow doesn't exist. I am talking about money gone in days, no vibes, prayer, and providing something to people who doesn't even care. And listen, this is different for Black Americans, real different. But before we break this down, I want you to watch their reaction, the frustration on them, how they feel about it, and then we will come back and have a real discussion on it. And before we go, I would like you to hit the like button, drop it, comment, and share this video if you have ever seen people blow money and regret it later. So guys, without wasting much time, let's watch those clips and we come back for our full analysis.
I got my tax return yesterday and the whole fucking thing is gone today. The whole thing is gone today. There's nothing left. And I'm a single mom with 2 kids, so you already know I got some bread. And it's gone. So this is a sign to pay your debts. Pay your debts. Because if you don't pay them now, you're going to have to pay the piper later. You're gonna have to pay it whenever you get the bag. And here's the thing, I'm glad that I got the money this way and I just paid it with them, because that was stressful, knowing like my phone ringing all the time, all these unknown fucking numbers calling. You already know, you already said don't let any unknown numbers even let the phone ring, because that shit would ring 6 times a day. But I paid off 6 collection accounts. I brought my credit cards down, so the utilization on the credit cards are each at 75%. They should be under 30%, but they're at 75%. I got $1,500 set aside in savings for the new apartment, and I still, you know, got some cash from what I had before in my bank account, and I'm not stressing because it's done. Like, discipline in the time, it hurts, and boy, it fucking hurt. Like, it was nice to see that money, and then it was like bam, 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 gone, 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 gone. But it feels like a weight is lifted off my shoulders. So this is just your sign to just take your tax money and do what you know you need to do with it, even though it fucking sucks. Even though it sucks.
Let me tell you how that tax money that I got back was spent before I even got it. As soon as the IRS told me, or H&R Block told me how much I was getting, I already started divvying that money up. Like, okay, so this amount is going to go into savings for my daughter's camp. This one is going to go ahead and pay this bill. Like, I don't play that. I don't play. That money gets spent immediately. And the good thing is that I received my taxes within a week. Well, my federal taxes I received in a week. My state taxes took a minute to come through. But again, when that money came in, assigned a job, okay? Assigned a job. It just is what it is. Things were so tight this year, I didn't even get me a day on seafood boil. Yo, normally any other year, I'm like, look, I start eating real good, but it's like, no, being serious. I did put a little bit of money aside because my sister, she's having a birthday trip in July. So that was the small amount that I allotted for myself. Everything else kind of went to a fund for like my daughter, anticipating camp, trying to rebuild my emergency fund, and paying off a credit card. That way I didn't have to use the money from my check to pay it off. But yeah, the money is spent, it's gone, okay? And it's February not even over yet.
My husband and I are getting $7,647 back on our tax return. We have decided that we each get $500 to do with whatever we want from the money. You can see one of my pinned videos is the breakdown of what else we're gonna do. So, but anyways, $500 each for whatever we want. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with my money so far. My first thing is $165 pair of shoes. They're Hoka's, very comfortable sneakers. They're basically like all I wear, and they're very expensive. $39 chiropractor appointment. Now I haven't actually done this yet, but I found a clinic near me that does like walk-ins, and your first appointment is $39. I don't know why, I just feel like I like could use an adjustment. So that is some of my money. And then $17 for my moisturizer. I actually have some left, but like I want to get ahead of it and like have a little bit in the cupboard. And then $16 for new socks. So far, because my shoes are so expensive, I've spent $237. But that means that I have $263 left to spend on myself. Now, just myself. I have 2 little kids. There's tons of things I could think of to spend on my family or my house. I'm really trying to just think of myself in this, you know, like what do I just want / need / would be cool to have for just me. So yeah, I need ideas. I honestly like think staying in a night in a hotel by myself would be really cool. There's one near me that has like an indoor pool, and I'm like, we could go check in. My kids could swim in the pool. And then like they could go home with my husband and I could stay the night. I think that'd be cool. So that's an idea. Anyways.
We got our tax return back, and this is everything that we're going to be spending our tax return on. I've been seeing these videos circulate all over TikTok, and so I wanted to do my boring version. The past 3-ish years, every time tax season has come, our taxes went straight to our debt. I had a student loan, we were paying off a car, and we did accumulate some credit card debt renovating our house. I am so happy to say that we have never been so financially secure than we are right now. For the first time this year, we get to put all of our tax refund into our savings account. We have no debt. We're completely debt free. We have 2 children, so we obviously have to be saving for them. And I have 2 girls, which means 2 weddings to save for and 2 colleges to save for. We will probably use a portion of it to go on vacation, but the majority of our taxes are going to our savings account. Let me know in the comments what you guys use your tax returns on.
I got my taxes today and they're basically already gone. My rent is $16.20 and I paid 2 months of rent, and then I paid my phone bill. My phone bill is $280, and then so I paid my phone bill, and then I paid off the 3 phones on it, and then I paid my power bill. I paid my gym membership, which is where I just came from. That's why I'm so sweaty. I put money aside for both my kids' birthdays because I have one birthday in March and one in May. I put money aside for both of them clothes for spring and summer. I bought groceries, and then I put a little bit in savings, and then I put a little bit in both my kids' savings account. That's pretty much the whole tax return. Ever since I had kids, though, this is literally how I always spend my tax return. I always try to pay my rent up. I always try to pay my bills up and buy clothes the next size up for the next season. That way I can be caught up throughout the year. That way throughout the year I'm not like falling behind, not struggling. Last year I didn't get a tax return, and then the year before that I had to use my tax return for moving. So this is the first year in a few years I've got to actually use it to like just catch up, just breathe. So I'm really excited about that because it definitely gives me a little chance to breathe and not feel like I'm falling behind or struggling all year.
One thing these people gonna get up here and do is try to tell you what you should do with your tax refund, and they're gonna do it every single year without fail. And if I'm keeping it real with you, they don't even want you to have a refund. But just in case you do, they're gonna suggest that you do these 3 things: pay down debt, invest it, and save it. Now those are all great options. I stand beside them, but here's what we're doing with ours. Because we don't have any debt besides a mortgage, we're going to put the refund into a high yield savings account and use it as our travel fund for the entire year. We've actually been doing that for the last couple of years, and it makes things easier when it comes to traveling. You just go to this one account, and the money that's there, you use that and plan your travel. Now somebody else might take the same refund and use it as their weekend money for the rest of the year, or 6 months of the year, depending on how much it is. Another person might take the refund and invest it in a certification or a class to increase their income, and somebody else might use it to fund a milestone experience with their family. The fact of the matter is, a tax refund might actually be considered extra money to some people. Let people live, because it is an opportunity to intentionally fund something in your life. And as your financial role model, I would just say make sure you're funding something meaningful and not something that you're not even going to remember.
I keep seeing posts about how people are spending their income tax, so I thought I would share, as someone who's a freak about money because you're broke, how I am spending my income tax money. Now, this is just my income tax alone. This is not Dan's. Dan and I are not married, and so we have to file taxes separately. And so yeah, this is just how we're spending mine. The first thing we did was pay off my daughter's braces. This was $165 that we were having to spend a month, and now we don't have to worry about that bill at all because it's paid off. The second thing we paid off was our car insurance. We had a remaining balance up until the end of the year, which is in July, so our car insurance is paid off until July. The next thing we paid off was my daughter's lunch account until the end of the year, so we don't have to worry about paying for school lunch, which is actually really expensive. The next thing we did was we were leasing our van, and now we're going to be buying our van, which is super exciting. But we put a hefty down payment down to make our monthly payment cheaper while we buy out our van. There are a couple of things that we're going to be buying with my income tax. The first thing is a new bed. My mattress is like 10 years old, okay? And it's causing physical pain to Dan and I to sleep on it, so we decided it's time to get a new bed. We also set aside some money because we really want to put a gazebo up in our backyard, so that way the kids and I have some shade. We don't have a porch or a deck or anything in our backyard, so there's no shade in our backyard at all. And the side of the street we're on, the sun just shines straight into my yard, which is great. My side of the street is really warm all the time because the sun's always there, but it gets hot, so we need some shade. And we're also going to do some work on our front yard. I am also getting married in June, so we set aside some money to help pay for the wedding. It is also February, and with the lovely February comes time to register our vehicles. So my income tax is also going to take care of the cost of registering 2 vehicles and a trailer. And the last thing that we're doing with my income tax is we are setting aside a couple $100s. We have to go to Omaha and Sioux Falls in May for soccer, so we're just setting aside some travel expenses. That is everything I'm doing with my tax return. So yeah, I would love to hear what you guys plan to do with your tax returns.
Hey friend, I know all of us are excited about our income tax. For the ones that still got their money, please manage it wisely, okay? If you got credit card debt, pay at least 75% of it. Just say for instance you have a credit card that got $1,000 on it, but you owe $975. You're only going to have to pay the minimum payment every month, but that interest is going to kick your tail. So if you only pay $40, probably $15 is only going to the principal and the rest is going to interest. When it comes to them buying that pay later app, please pay them people their money back. They held you down through hard times. We got a whole nother year before we get these next income taxes, okay? Don't come over here and ask me, friend, what I supposed to do? I messed up my app. I don't know. That app is connected to your social security number. Well, some of them. And some of them not going to give you a second chance. So at least pay them most of their money. Pay your bills. I always tell y'all can be up to a month behind paying y'all bills right. But you just got them income taxes, girl. Go ahead and get caught up with your stuff. And I know y'all finna be like, girl, we don't work hard all year. We need to enjoy our money. And I agree with it too. But at the same time, handle your business. You handle your business with your income taxes. When you get that check, guess what? It's free money. Okay, bye, friend. I'll call you back later.
I do realize the reason why the government makes you file your own income tax returns form is because they want you to fuck up so they don't have to give you the money back, right? Why do you think every other country does the income tax form for them? It's because that's your money that you've overpaid into the system. So if you fuck up your income tax return form, then they just keep the rest of the money. They're hoping that you don't know how to do it so they can keep the money that you've overpaid into the system. Y'all don't get that? Federal tax is like 12%. Most state income tax is like 4.7%. That's 16%. Your job is withholding 25%. You're only getting 75% of your income every month. And then every April, you get the 10% back that you overpaid. Like, this is why I don't be wanting to do like social movements with y'all, because y'all don't even understand how the system works. Income tax is not free money, and not filing your income tax is what the government wants you to do. So you have to keep the money. Like, you're paying your taxes already just by shopping and going to work. The taxes are getting paid.
Do y'all know that the average American doesn't have any money left over, if but maybe $200 or $300 left after they get paid every 2 weeks? Or every month? Did y'all know that? I'm sorry, but that I literally feel like drive me to voluntary homelessness. I would volunteer to be homeless. There's no way they'd have me out here working for anybody and I can't live life after I pay bills. Y'all can have these bills back. Take the car, take the crib. You can have it. Listen, I'm going to be homeless on the streets before I dare. Because see, the way I'm set up, my Father which art in heaven would never have that be my portion. That's not my portion. There's no way that paying bills and not having any money left over to really exist, that's not my portion. That's not my portion. And I feel like if that doesn't motivate you and inspire you to get out here and go make some money, make more money. See, the problem with us nowadays is not that we don't know how to make money. It's just that we need to make more money. Find ways to make more money. Stop making excuses. You need to be trying to be the president of the United States before you stop trying to find a new job. Listen, if you got to switch jobs every single 2 weeks, then that's what you got to do. May the best salary win. Thank you.
Asking people who make under $30,000 is like actually insane to me, because like, what do you mean you want some of my $20,000 that I made this year, half of which is rent? Like, I can barely buy food, and you want my money to what? Unalive Palestinian children? Be so fucking for real. Like, are you aware that there's people who own more than one private jet? There's people out there who make $1 billion. And you want some of my $20,000 that I had this year to live? Like, genuinely, that is embarrassing. You need money so bad you're gonna take it from a poor person? See, I really think you need to manage your finances better if you're stealing from poor people. Truthfully, like, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. Politicians make 6 figures. There's people who make $1 billion in this country, and you want some of my money. Some of mine? I don't have any of it. I have to spend it as soon as I get it for food and medical costs. Like what money of mine do you want? I have none.
Let's call it what it is. Doom spending. It's when people feel uncertain about life, money, the future, so they just spend. You know what? Let me enjoy now. Let me buy this. Let me travel. Let me flex. And boom, refund gone. Not invested, not saved, not multiplied, just gone. And the system loves this because the faster you spend, the faster you stay stuck. Let's be honest, this isn't just about bad decision. This is prayer, social media prayer, lifestyle prayer. The need to feel like you are doing okay even when you are not. People see others living big, posting wins, showing lotteries, and they feel like they are behind. So when that tax refund hits, it feels like a chance to catch up. But here is the truth nobody says. You are not catching up, you are digging deeper. Now let's talk about us, because this is important. For many Black Americans, that tax refund isn't just extra money. It's opportunity, it's breathing space, it's a chance to move forward, because historically we haven't always have had access to the same influence, financial advantage, generational wealth, inherited assets, safety net. So when people comes in, it matters more. When those money comes in, it matters more. That's why dome spending is dangerous. It steals opportunity, it delays progress, it keeps people in cycle they are trying to escape. And right now, there is a shift happening. More Black Americans are waking up, talking about ownership, investing, building something that lasts. That's the real flex. Not just you bought, but what you kept. Here's where it gets real. The system is designed for you to spend, not to grow. Every ad, every trend, every limited time offers is all built to make you act fast and think later. And the moment that refund hits, businesses are ready, sales everywhere, discounts everywhere. Why? Because they know most people won't save it, they will spend it. Meanwhile, the people who understand money, they are investing, multiplying multiplying building wealth quietly. So while some are celebrating for a weekend, others are securing their future for years. Let me say this clearly. There is nothing wrong with enjoying money, but there is a difference between enjoyment and self-sabotage. If every time money comes in, it disappears, you are not free. you are trapped in a cycle. And breaking that cycle, that's the power. So here is the message. Don't let a temporary feeling cost you long-term stability. Don't let prayer make you spend what could change your future. And don't confuse looking rich with being secure. If you feel this analysis, drop your thoughts in the comments. If you are choosing growth over prayer, drop a thumbs up, because feel real success is not how fast you spend, it's how long you keep it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.